Well, as I said, good morning and welcome to New England College. I'm Dr. Wayne Lesperance, Dean of Undergraduate Residential Programs, Professor of Political Science, and today's Master of Ceremonies. Please rise as we acknowledge our faculty, administration, Board of Trustees, and the class of 2017. Leading the processional is our bagpiper, Eric Goodchild. Our faculty marshals, Glenn Stewart and Deborah Nitsky-Shaw. Ladies and gentlemen, the faculty of New England College.
Jackson.
Next, we have the recipients of the Doctorate in Education. The School of Graduate and Professional Studies students.
Man, hello. I see you. I'll let them work.
Oh, we're supposed to go.
Mama, where are you?
I had too fast, but I had to try out. Thank you. Oh, hi guys. I made eye contact. She's like, hey, hello. I like that. I'm not gonna find any of my friends to take your game. I'm not. You can't take it right. Go. Oh my god, you guys are so
Ladies and gentlemen, the undergraduates of the class of 2017. Starting with the Arts and Humanities Division, led by student marshals Amy Lynn Crotto and Alyssa Renee Gwynn. The Education Division, led by student marshals Brooke Autumn Simmons and Ashlyn Melissa Wing. The Management Division, led by Student Marshals Alexander Nepropkin and Nathan Lane Parsons.
I'm snapping pictures. You didn't see me. I had my report.
The Natural and Social Sciences Division, led by Student Marshals Stephanie Ann Goulet and Emily Lynn Gubbins.
Hey, everybody in this row, look.
Pretty good once they go.
See, I know.
Our class officers, Class President William Philip Bergonzio. Class Vice President Kelly Ann Robinson. Class Secretaries Emily Lynn Gubbins and Jessamine Lalitha Phillips. Class Event Coordinator Emily Ann Rempelakis. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the Administration and Board of Trustees of New England College. Our honorary degree recipient, Jacqueline Novogratz. And the president of New England College, Dr. Michelle Perkins. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors and the singing of our national anthem. You may find the lyrics to the Star-Spangled Banner on the inside front cover of your program. It is customary for gentlemen to remove their hats, for all to place their right hand over their heart, and to remain standing until the color guard exits the area.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
As you may know, New England College was founded for veterans returning from World War II, and we would be remiss if we didn't take this opportunity to recognize our veterans and active duty members of the United States military. Please rise if you have served our nation. So let's try that one more time. Please be seated. We really do wish to honor those who have served. Please rise if you have served our nation. Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce the president of New England College, Dr. Michelle Perkins. Madam President, I present to you the class of 2017.
What a wonderful day. Dear families and friends, faculty and students, alumni, staff, trustees, and honored guests, especially Jacqueline Novogratz. Welcome to the 70th Commencement of New England College. Today, we share this important moment, not only in this beautiful small town of Henniker, but across the globe via a live stream over the internet. Today, 729 students are graduating from New England College, including undergraduate, graduate, on-campus, and online students. They come from 45 states and 13 countries. Today, almost 450 graduating students are with us and will walk across the stage today. And I'm delighted to report that this is New England College's largest ever graduating class. Consistent with our 70-year heritage of service to veterans and the U.S. military, I also want to highlight that we are celebrating the graduation of several members of the military who have earned their degree thanks to the innovative partnerships New England College has established with all branches of the military. We are proud to help provide educational opportunities to our military service people and thank them for their service to our country. Thank you all for joining us to celebrate this memorable event. Your graduation is truly a celebration of your accomplishments, your hard work, those moments of inspiration and moving to the next level of deeper thinking, a celebration of the goals you have achieved and the path you are about to take. New England College graduates have worked to develop their career paths, and many have a clear sense of next steps, whether that be employment opportunities or graduate school. Yet even so, you know that paths can take a turn in unexpected directions. Sometimes that's a little concerning, but often it takes us to even more exciting vistas. Sometimes we have to forge our own path, creating a way for others to follow. Your New England College graduation, grounded in the liberal arts, emphasizes analytical and critical thinking, proficiency in writing and communication, and the ability to appreciate, if not always agree with, differing perspectives. These characteristics are important strengths in today's world, no matter what your degree. These are the tools you take with you on your path. And you've learned more than job skills. During your time at New England College, think about how you have grown, changed, made new friends, expanded your world, and matured. You have learned to think in abstract terms, and you have seen how concepts and theories can be applied to the day-to-day world. You have experienced higher learning, higher education. Consider your values and your personal sense of purpose. Think about the ideas you have discussed with your professors and your classmates about democracy, justice, diversity and inclusion, integrity, and sustainability. Some would have you believe doing good and doing well are mutually exclusive pursuits. I believe we live in a time where opportunities to do both are expanding. They're there. But this is not a new concept. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Doing well is the result of doing good." That is what capitalism is all about. Today we might refer to this as conscious capitalism or triple bottom line approach to business, which emphasizes equally the importance of profitability, ethical and just treatment of people, and sustainability for our planet. People, planet, profit. they can all exist together. In many respects, the triple bottom line approach mirrors New England College's 3 shared commitments, the foundation of our pedagogical model: experiential learning, civic engagement, and dedication to preserving the environment. First, our emphasis on experiential learning. You engaged in trips, internships, practicums, research, fieldwork directly related to your courses and your majors. Combining traditional classroom learning with a wide range of practical real-life experiences have prepared you for a successful career after college. Second is our commitment to civic engagement and practicing the ideals of democracy on a local and global scale. It is essential that you be involved and knowledgeable about issues that affect you and our democracy, and that part of being an educated person is being an active, involved, and informed citizen. From political town hall meetings to community service, you have been engaged in the world around you. Third, the college is committed to learning based on a strong respect for the natural environment. Living and studying in an environmentally diverse region full of natural beauty, we understand the importance of the natural world here every day of the week. But we also look to the wider world. For example, students studying business courses in entrepreneurship and innovation have traveled to Kenya to work with local tree farmers to help creatively address global carbon levels. There is a path for you, a uniquely individual path to discover and embrace. A path that can be financially successful and personally meaningful. We promise you that you can do well and do good. In fact, as you'll learn soon, today's honorary degree recipient and our speaker, Jacqueline Novogratz, is an amazing and inspiring example of what is possible. So before I close, I wish to recognize another individual's remarkable path, a life of educating others and giving selflessly to help others. Dr. James Murtha, whom you will hear speak next, has served on New England College's Board of Trustees since 2004. For the last 8 years, Jim has also served as the board's chairman. He's stepping down from the chairmanship, and I wish to offer my heartfelt thanks to Jim for his exceptional dedication and outstanding service to the college. During his tenure, the college has added innovative new programs, grown enrollment, improved the campus physical environment, and engaged more fully with alumni. Thank you so much, Jim, for all that you have done. Your professional expertise, your strong leadership, your sage advice, and your razor-sharp humor have been a great help to me as president. I'm honored to have worked with you and look forward to your continued engagement as trustee of New England College. A 1975 New England College alumnus, Lex Scorby, will be stepping up to the chair of the board. While you may not often hear their names, the 21 members of the college's Board of Trustees do an extraordinary job fostering the health of the college and advocating for its mission. We are most grateful. But back to pathways. Ralph Waldo Emerson also said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." New England College graduates are famous for forging their own paths, developing a unique vision, creating and succeeding in ways few had imagined. They do well and they do good. So congratulations and best wishes, no matter what your path, to all of you graduates. Congratulations again. And it's now my great pleasure to welcome Dr. James Murtha, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, to offer the reflection. Dr. Murtha.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everybody. I wish I could say that I was going to start off with some rapier wit to match up Michelle's compliment about having good humor. But today's a bit of a serious day for me, offering my final commencement reflection, as it's called, as chairman of the board. With my leaving the stage, as Michelle just mentioned, NEC is in good hands with Lex Scorby, who so many of you know very well, as chair and chair of a strong and growing board. We enjoy the support as board members of a dedicated and accomplished president and a superior faculty and staff. That faculty and staff and president have nurtured the graduates assembled here today, as they have done for so many students and graduates before, and will do for so many classes to come. To help make sense of my mixed sentiments today, I looked to history for parallel, finding a lesson in George Washington's farewell to his troops on his return to civilian life in 1783. Washington expressed his continued sense of obligation for the assistance he received, as he said, in every instance. That obligation applies to me in countless ways. I will be forever in your debt. He thanked his officers for their counsel on many interesting occasions. Boy, that rings true. Many interesting occasions. And difficult decisions made honestly, absent rancor and discord. Washington went on to compliment those assembled for, and I quote, their great zeal and attention in execution. Such zeal and execution makes this college stronger year after year. The general took the opportunity to express his inviolable attachment and friendship to his troops, and so do I to all of you. Washington, in his words, flattered himself to say he hoped his troops would join him, would do him the justice to believe that he had done all he could do to be useful to them as they entered civilian life. Channeling this great leader, allow me to express my thanks for your help, your wisdom, your zeal, and above all, your friendship. And allow me to flatter myself to think you might judge my efforts on your behalf worthwhile. Washington counseled his troops to carry into civil society the most conciliating of dispositions and prove themselves not less virtuous as citizens as they were as soldiers. Graduates, you face a transition not unlike those troops as you meet all the challenges and responsibilities of adulthood. And as you move forward, heed the general's advice to practice the golden rule and remember those who helped you in every instance. They surround you here today. Graduating does not cut ties, but extends them into the future. Today, you join thousands of NEC alumni in a broad community of young and old, in-person and online, undergraduate and graduate, Henniker residents, college employees, full-time faculty, part-time faculty, athletes, parents, grandparents, veterans, donors, partners, and supporters, all who stand with you today. This broad NEC community, spanning age and geography, and including all those with the ambition to join, has grown and prospered in recent years. Our New England College will endure and excel beyond our hopes as you, today's graduates, foster this community in time and over generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Murtha. It is an honor to serve with you on the New England College Board. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the graduate and undergraduate class speakers. Both speakers were selected by a committee of faculty and staff to represent the essence of the student body. Our first speaker is Eric Dye, representing the School of Graduate and Professional Studies. Eric lives in Beacon Falls, Connecticut, and today he is receiving a doctorate in education. Eric.
Thank you, President Perkins, trustees and honored guests, families, friends, faculty, and fellow students. I'm honored to speak at graduation. A little less than 15 years ago, I graduated from New England College with a bachelor's degree. Since then, I've seen changes and improvements on campus, new buildings, more students, and the college involved in greater academic and professional endeavors, such as hosting candidates running for the presidency of the United States. In my opinion, one of the better improvements is the transformation of how the college mascot, a pilgrim, is portrayed. From what once looked like a cartoon character with a hat buckled to his head so it wouldn't blow away, to what is now a sailing ship cutting through the ocean waves. I really like this portrayal. The metaphor of a ship is appropriate to the experience of college and the voyage of life. The first time I saw the sailing ship of the pilgrim, I thought of the old adage, a ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are for. NEC helps build the ship. It falls on you to sail it out of the harbor. You need to make a plan, take risks, and adapt with the changing tides. When I first graduated from NEC, I had a plan for my life. I had goals and dreams, as every one of us does. That plan changed a lot. It wasn't the safe journey through calm waters I anticipated. I had it all laid out too. My plan was to earn a commission as a United States Marine Corps officer, serve my community while writing the great American novel, and inventing a method to save the environment. And that was only my 5-year plan. My 10-year plan involved discovering Atlantis, going back to school, finding the love of my life, and having a family. Life didn't happen as I told it to. During a training exercise on Marine Base Quantico, I was injured, which ended my time with the Corps. My plan changed. There are storms on the ocean. It happens. You need to know that when your plans change, it's okay. It happens to everyone. When that does happen, think back to your time here at NEC. Think of the obstacles you've overcome, whether you were challenged on the athletic field, standing on the theater stage, or in a science lab. You've grown as a person. You've built your ship. When I was considering what message to include in this speech, I thought of the revelations I wanted you to have. I realized the most meaningful lessons couldn't be something I tell you, but that they would come from you. So I'd like to ask everyone to think of a few things. First, I want you to think of 2 significant accomplishments you've achieved and the difficulties you've persevered through to reach them. Remember the storms you've sailed through and overcome. There will be more challenges, and you'll be okay. You'll find your way through the winds and rough waters. Second, I want you to take note of 2 wonderful things you are thankful for in your life. The gifts that you might take for granted every day until they're gone. The blessings you enjoy. Be grateful for calm waters. Third, think about a goal you want to achieve in your life. Take risks to get there. Keep your dreams, especially when your courage shakes and the risks rise. Keep dreaming and reaching for the stars, because when sailing, it is the stars that guide you. Without your dreams, you are lost. When my plans changed, I considered these things, and I realized I kept on sailing by the same stars, just a different course. Instead of being in the Marine Corps, I was part of AmeriCorps, and then became a teacher serving my community. I'm happy to tell you the great American novel has been written. George R.R. Martin beat me to it, though he might need help with the next book. To save the environment, I drive a hybrid, and I have a compost pile. I'm still looking for Atlantis. I haven't found it yet. When I walk across this stage and receive my doctorate degree today, my beautiful wife and 2 precious daughters will be watching. I want you to know that plans change, and you should take risks, because a ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are made for. To my fellow graduating doctors, masters, and to everyone in the class of 2017. The ship is ready. There will be storms and calm waters. Keep your eye on the stars and enjoy the voyage. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Your words have moved and inspired us all. Now, speaking on behalf of the undergraduate class is Hannah Jackson. Hannah is from Goffstown, New Hampshire, and is receiving her Bachelor of Arts degree in art with a concentration in fine arts. Hannah.
Thank you, President Perkins. Fellow students, families, faculty, staff, trustees, and guests. I was sitting in the last math class of my high school career when someone asked me where I was going to school and what my mascot would be. I'm going to New England College, I replied, and I think the mascot is a pilgrim. Cue the images of bonnets, buckle hats, and churning butter. The thought of being a pilgrim seemed unusual and, frankly, a little embarrassing. However, a pilgrim, as described by dictionary.com, is described as a traveler or a wanderer, especially to a foreign place. This description seems all too fitting, seeing as 4 years ago, Henniker was a very new and foreign place for all of us. We had each traveled from all over to get here. Some of us from New York, some from California, some of us even traveled overseas, or, in my case, approximately 30 minutes down the road. Wherever we came from, regardless of our race, religious beliefs, gender, or wealth, we all ended up here in humble little Henniker, New Hampshire, waiting to take the worst ID photos of our lives. We hadn't yet experienced what our parents claimed would be the best 4 years of our lives. We hadn't even met our roommates yet, but our stuff was here and our moms were saying goodbye, so I guess this was it. Fast forward a semester, and you've successfully found all of your classes, skipped at least 2 of them, made great friends, stayed out a bit too late, cried once or twice, called your mom more than you ever thought you would, and probably had to Google something stupid, like how to use a washing machine. Pretty safe to say you've got this whole college thing down by now, right? Now all you have to do is count down the days until that diploma touches your hand. And here we are. But I'm still Googling how to cook myself food. I'm still wondering where I'll be in 5 years. I thought I was supposed to know that by now. I thought college would answer those questions. It feels like college gave me more questions than it did solutions. One of my favorite art professors, Daryl Furtkamp, once told me, "Hannah, if you're a good artist, the odds of your work being accepted by a gallery you apply for is less than half." I can't remember what he said after that. I felt a little faint and I couldn't really hear anything over the loud screaming in my head. But I did eventually figure it out. I think he meant that you can't get something right the first time. Ever. You need practice to get it right. And even then, once you finally get it right, you're still not in the clear. Kind of like how going to the gym over the summer doesn't make you totally immune to the freshman 15. There's always room for improvement. Or, in this metaphor, there's always room for failure. Failure that shouldn't deter you from trying, but that should motivate you to succeed. Failure you should learn from. Failure that should drive you. Failure that should make you want to do better the next time around. Failure that should set you up to do better the next time around. Failure, after all, is sometimes the best teacher. Like that time you waited until an hour before the paper was due to start it and earned your first F. Or like that time you decided to run to Taco Bell right before practice. Bet you never did that again. And I bet those pilgrims got lost during their first pilgrimage too. But that never stopped them from continuing on their journey. Otherwise, they wouldn't have earned the title of pilgrim. Pilgrims don't give up and call it a day. Pilgrims persevere. If my time here at NEC has taught me nothing else, it's that you can't just try something once, because the odds of executing something with absolute perfection your first go at it are ridiculously low. When you fail, you must get up, you must learn, and you must try again. You cannot simply eliminate goals because you couldn't reach them the first few times that you tried. Michelangelo once said, "The greatest danger for most of us is not that we aim too high and miss it, but that we aim too low and reach it." Class of 2017, you've accomplished your first goal. I urge you not to stop here. Go on and fail until you achieve greatness. Thank you.
One of our commencement traditions is to present awards that recognize the outstanding qualities of leadership, intellectual inquiry, community service, and the love of learning. The names of today's award recipients are known only to those who were involved in the selection process. I'd like to ask our presenters to prepare to announce the award recipients, beginning with Dr. Walsh.
Good God. Good morning, Pilgrim Nation. The Arts and Humanities Award is presented to the qualified graduating senior having the highest grade point average in that division. Will Alyssa Renee Gwynn please come forward?
Good morning. The Education Award is presented to the qualified graduating senior having the highest grade point average in the Education Division. Will Brooke Autumn Simmons please come forward?
Good morning. Thank you. The Management Award is presented to the qualified graduating senior having the highest grade point average in the Management Division. This year's award goes to Christian Ribeiro, who was unfortunately unable to be here today. Thank you.
Good morning. The Natural and Social Science Award is presented to the qualifying graduating senior having the highest grade point average in the Natural and Social Science Division. Will Lanisa Ragudale please come forward?
Good morning. The Creative Arts Award is presented to the graduating senior having shown the greatest proficiency in creative arts, including art, drama, literature, and music. Will C.J. Smith please come forward?
Good morning. The Robert Peter Sylvester Prize is presented to the graduating senior whose academic career has most exemplified philosophia, the love of and search for wisdom. Will Daniel Shirilla please come forward?
The Outstanding Student Award is presented to the graduating senior who, during their time at New England College, has made contributions of leadership, energy, and commitment to student life while adhering to high standards of sacrifice, integrity, and loyalty to the college. Will Victor Montañez please come forward?
Good morning. The George M. Palmerter Jr. Memorial Athletic Award is presented to the senior student athlete on a men's team who has demonstrated outstanding athletic ability and sportsmanship. This year's recipient is Brett Keelar. The Priscilla C. Danforth Memorial Athletic Award is presented to the senior student athlete on a women's team who has demonstrated outstanding athletic ability and sportsmanship. This year's recipient is Allison Granada.
The President's Graduate Studies Award is presented to the most outstanding student completing a master's degree in the Graduate Studies program. Professor John O'Connor, Interim VP for Academic Affairs, will announce the award.
The President's Graduate Students Award is presented to Harish Chinnasetti. Harish, please come forward. Every year, New England College honors one adjunct faculty of the year. The purpose of this award is to recognize and celebrate adjunct faculty who have distinguished themselves as outstanding teachers. The award winner must have a track record of mastery of their subject, be able to inspire students to learn, demonstrate innovation and content in course delivery, and most importantly, focus on student success. This year, as in years past, students and colleagues have nominated numerous faculty for the award. The college is thrilled to have so many committed faculty, and as in years past, the decision was not an easy one to make. This year's winner is a professor who only teaches online, but for each of the last 4 years has traveled from Western New York to attend New England College's commencement. Her one chance to shake the hands of students whose lives she's touched. This year's winner is Kathleen McDonald. A little bit more as Kathleen walks up. Since 2012, Kathleen has taught in our online criminal justice program. Kathleen brings to her classes a breadth of experience, having worked in New York State's Department of Corrections. She is a great example of the practitioner-scholar model. She is committed to student success and constantly working with her students to address their needs and to focus on ways for them to be successful on their journeys. In the words of one of her students, she showed professionalism at all times and enforced academic integrity in such a way that she prepared us to be scholarly writers. Please join me in congratulating Kathleen McDonald. One more word, then I'll sit down. The Robert A. Kilgore Faculty Award is presented to a faculty member whose distinguished service to the teaching profession is recognized by students, staff, and fellow faculty members. It is a great honor for me to confer this award to a fellow colleague. The Kilgore Award recognizes an exceptional commitment to New England College, to our community members, and to their role as a faculty member. By conferring this award at commencement, we are able to publicly celebrate what we collectively value about the importance of teaching, and in turn, we acknowledge the outstanding work of all our faculty. Please join me in taking a moment to thank our faculty and the faculty of New England College. Thank you. The Kilgore Award recognizes an educator who has demonstrated excellence in the following areas: creative and innovative strategies to enhance student learning, high academic standards, an investment in the scholarship of teaching, and an active involvement in the life of the community of the college. The selection committee received many nominations in support of this year's recipient, from students, from faculty, from alumni. Their testimony highlights the significant influence this year's recipient has had on the lives of students and colleagues. Let me begin by highlighting 3 excerpts from the many nomination letters we received for her. First, her ability to adapt and thrive in varied teaching environments, teach diverse students in multiple content areas, and concurrently continue to collaborate with colleagues is both exceptional and amazing to observe. Another person wrote, "I cannot think of another faculty member who is as devoted to ensuring that each and every one of her students succeeds to their potential. She gets to know each of her students as individuals and encourages them and inspires them to do their best work. Those at risk never fall between the cracks because she is tireless in following up with them." Finally, her diversity of knowledge and experience enriches every class she teaches. I have even started to borrow some of her stories for use in the classroom. My favorite being an amusing yarn about purchasing sneakers in South Korea. So whether it's buying sneakers in South Korea or leading NEC experiential trips to Greece, this year's winner is totally focused on our students. I've known Cindy Nadelman since she joined the business faculty in 2001 and have seen firsthand her work with our students. Please join me in recognizing Dr. Cindy Nadelman as the Kilgore Professor of the Year.
It is our great pleasure this year to award an honorary degree to an individual whose life and work speak to the transformative mission of New England College. Associate Dean Kevin Martin will introduce today's honorary degree recipient, Jacqueline Novogratz. In 2010, Kevin joined Jacqueline's organization, Acumen, as a global fellow, a program within Acumen focused on shaping a new breed of leader equipped to solve the world's most pressing challenges. Under Jacqueline's guidance, Kevin had his sense of purpose stretched, challenged, and, true to NEC's mission, ultimately transformed. Jacqueline Novogratz, will you please join Associate Dean Kevin Martin at the podium?
Thank you, President Perkins. I'm excited to introduce one of the best mentors I've had the honor to know, Jacqueline Novogratz. Jacqueline is a revolutionary player shaping philanthropy today. As founder and CEO of Acumen, a global nonprofit social venture fund changing the way the world tackles poverty. She's a graduate of the University of Virginia, where she studied economics and international relations, and has an MBA from the Stanford Graduate School of Business. Jacqueline began her career in international banking with Chase Manhattan Bank. After 3 years, her unrepentant idealism compelled her to leave Chase in search of a deeper purpose, a journey that led her to Rwanda, where Jacqueline co-founded Duterambere, Rwanda's first microfinance institution. It was while jogging in the hills of Kigali that Jacqueline had what she would call an aha moment that brought the interconnectivity of our world into sudden and sharp focus. A small boy walking towards her was wearing an all too familiar blue sweater, which, upon closer inspection, bore the name Novogratz in faint letters on its worn tag, having been donated to Goodwill by Jacqueline nearly a decade prior. This moment framed her New York Times bestseller, The Blue Sweater, Bridging the Gap Between Rich and Poor in an Interconnected World, and strengthened a calling to transform the way the world tackles poverty by embracing dignity and choice. Equipped with this mission, Jacqueline founded and directed the Philanthropy Workshop and the Next Generation Leadership programs at the Rockefeller Foundation. In 2001, Jacqueline founded Acumen, which invests philanthropic or patient capital to support and finance sustainable businesses that serve the world's poor. Jacqueline's innovative work with Acumen forged a new investment class called impact investing. Simply defined, impact investing refers to investments made to generate a measurable and positive social or environmental impact in addition to financial return. To date, Acumen has invested more than $106 million in nearly 100 companies across Africa, Latin America, Southeast Asia, and the United States, and inspired a movement that has led to the creation of dozens of others mission-driven investment funds. In 2016, Jacqueline received the Forbes 400 Lifetime Achievement Award for her idea of leveraging the best of business to address the problems of poverty and developing a new generation of social entrepreneurs. She currently sits on the Oxford SED Global Leadership Council and the Harvard Business School Social Enterprise Initiative Advisory Board. Jacqueline serves on the boards of the Aspen Institute, IDEO.org, and Sonnen Capital. She is a member of the Council on Foreign Relations and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. She has also presented several TED Talks, which, if you've taken any of my classes, you have seen. Among this list of accolades and accomplishments is a subtext I feel compelled to point out. Jacqueline has cultivated a legacy of inspiring others to be bold enough to imagine a better future, what she aptly calls moral imagination. And this ambition knows no discrimination, having touched individuals ranging from the slums of Nairobi to the most hallowed of institutions. I, personally, am the product of this transformative inspiration and can say with absolute sincerity that without Jacqueline's mentorship, I would not have become the person I am today. Most importantly, as it does with all who know her. Jacqueline's impact in my life reverberates through me as I seek to now inspire my own students to reach outside of what is traditional and comfortable and to imagine how their passions and skills can transform the world. It is my great pleasure and honor to share the platform with her today, and you are in for a treat. Thank you.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of New England College and the General Court of New Hampshire, for Jacqueline Novogratz, for your inspiring leadership and accomplishments in shaping global philanthropy today, pioneering development of impact investing to create sustainable businesses that serve the world's poor, and innovation and creativity in addressing the problems of poverty and building a new generation of social entrepreneurs. I confer upon you, Jacqueline Novogratz, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining, cause you to be vested with the hood of that degree, it's coming that way, and provide you in witness thereof the diploma. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, President Perkins. Thank you, Mr. Murtha. Thank you, Kevin, for that beautiful introduction, for modeling moral imagination. I couldn't feel more honored and nor more privileged to be here among you. You're a beautiful, wonderful, warm community. But this day is not about me. This day is about you. And so I also want to congratulate the parents and friends, families, trustees, alumni. But most of all, we're all here to congratulate and to celebrate this extraordinary class of 2017. What strikes me already in being here is how extraordinary and how beautiful you are in your diversity. It's clear that this place has a sense of shared values that bind you. You are not bound by race or ethnicity. And that's powerful because you're a model for what the world needs right now. We are feeling too fractured, too divided, too fearful. We're too full right now of peril. And yet what you represent is possibility. Peril, possibility, it's the tension that we have in the world. And it might capture how some of you are feeling. Peril if you don't know what comes next, who you might be, what you might become. Possibility because every one of you knows inside of you that you can do anything, that you have unlimited capacity. I think of George Bailey in the classic film It's a Wonderful Life, where he says, I want to lasso the moon. But where to start, right? A lot of you start with purpose. Sure, but I want to push you further because this time in history demands more of you. It demands no less than that you begin to think of yourselves as moral leaders. Whether you work for a company, a nonprofit, the military, government, in the arts, whether you work for yourself, what you do today, after today, matters much less than how you do it. And I know those are heavy words, moral, leadership. In fact, I was talking to a professor, a friend of mine in New York City, and I told him I was thinking about this topic, and he said, I love it, except for two words, moral and leader. He said, I was like, why? He said, because if you use the word moral, this generation is going to think you're really uncool. And he said, the word leader, look at all the leaders around us, they're letting us down. They're focusing on themselves, on power, on status, on wealth, on fame. Don't use the word leader. So I've chosen to ignore his advice at my own peril. Because what is the word moral except for recognition that we are part of each other, that we need each other, that we have to be responsible for each other? And it's true, our leaders are letting us down. So why not take back the word? Why not remind ourselves, reclaim this idea that leadership is a practice, especially moral leadership? Because what we need right now is to redefine even the way that we think about success, that it cannot be how much money we have or even how much we give away. But a success in terms of moral leadership is how much energy we release in the world, the amount of human flourishing that we give. It's seeing the world by counting how the poor and the vulnerable are included, not just how the rich and powerful fare. So when you think about who you want to be, keep these words moral leader. You don't have to be old and experienced to start leading. You can do it right away. I think of Sam Goldman. As soon as he got out of college, he joined the Peace Corps and he ended up in Benin, West Africa, living in an unelectrified village for 2-3 years, where like 700 million other Africans. After dark, there was no light except for the kerosene lantern that he would keep on in his hut. It was dirty, expensive, smoky, dangerous. But he accepted the miserable state of what was until one night when his neighbor's kerosene lantern tipped over and burned down the house and nearly killed his eldest child. That was Sam's aha moment. It was a time he decided that though he didn't know where to start, he was going to make his life's work to try and eradicate kerosene. And so he went to business school where he met Ned Tozin, who was an engineer, and together they decided that if they could build a solar lantern, maybe people would buy it. Maybe that this was the way that they could eradicate kerosene. They built a company, they named it D-Light. Acumen, my organization, invested in them. Not because they had the perfect business plan, but because they had what Kevin talked about, moral imagination. It starts with empathy, but it is so much more, because it's the audacity to dream a world that might be, and then to go out and try to make it happen, to build the resilience and the grit to do so. And the road has not been an easy one. It's been 12 years. They fought a lot of battles. But today, because of that dream and because of that first step, those two guys, through their company, D-Light, have brought clean solar light and electricity to over 71 million of the world's poorest. No, you don't have to. Too many of us wait. We think that we don't have the skills, we don't have the resources, and these problems are too vast for us. But we don't have time to wait. I think of these two women I met in Nairobi's slum, Kibera. My book had come out. I was doing a book talk in a Mama Hamza's community center, which was this corrugated tin structure. About 100 people were smashed inside. But my toughest question came from this angry 17-year-old. She said, "You talk about leadership. You say that anybody can be a leader. Well, what about me? I'm a single mother. I'm HIV positive. I don't have schooling. I don't even have a job. Tell me a leader who looks like me." And I drew in my breath, and before I could say a word, this beautiful woman in a red dress kind of emerged from the shadows. And she said, "I'm a leader, and I am just like you. I train young women in tailoring, and at night, I volunteer at the local clinic, and I counsel people with HIV who've just found out they've had the disease. And I might not be a doctor because I didn't have education. I don't give out pills, but me, I'm better. Me, I give out hope. That makes me a leader. I'm like you because I was a prostitute. I'm HIV positive. I didn't have schooling, and I'm a single mother, and I live in this slum. So don't limit yourself," she said. All of us can lead. Not doing so is just a failure of the imagination, of moral imagination. And as Hannah said, it requires the ability to fail. I have failed more times than I can remember. When I got out of college, I was lucky. I got a job on Wall Street, and I loved it until I saw that poor people really had no access to the banks. So you can imagine what it felt like telling my military immigrant parents that I was quitting and I was moving to Africa to do something they had never heard of. It wasn't the easiest conversation. I didn't get a lot of support. And what frightened me was that if I failed, I would have to come home feeling ashamed, broke, maybe worse would happen. And then, of course, I did fail. And I failed numerous times. I first failed because I went with this idea that I could save the world, and I had to learn the hard way that most people don't want saving. Then I went to another place, and I failed again, offering my advice, which wasn't really well received. And finally, I got an opportunity in Rwanda. I went for a 2-week study, and I stayed for 2.5 years because I saw the chance to build a bank for women. We had this dream that we could improve women's economic conditions through small loans, and we did. One of my co-founders was a woman named Felicula. She was a Catholic nun, and I loved her. She was just the epitome of grace and courage. And one of the things that was really important to Felicula was that we try to abolish bride price, which was the practice of paying men or fathers with cows or money for the hands of their daughters in marriage. And Felicula thought this wasn't right, so she fought it. And she almost succeeded, but then she was killed in a hit-and-run accident. And at the age of 25, I saw firsthand the terrible price some people pay by daring to reject the status quo. That was a failure that took away a little piece of my heart. There were a lot of lonely, hard nights, tearful days, but that was also a period in my life that taught me immensely, things that I use every day, even now in my organization, Acumen. So if you rule out failure as an option, you rule out the possibility of bold success as well. So cultivate that in yourself, this ability to take risk, this ability to resist and persist. That's where you develop in yourself a reservoir of resilience. And just remember that your job is not to be perfect. Your job is only to be human, with all of your frailties and failures, and also your brilliance and shine. Remember that you get courageous by practicing courage. And as Eric talked about so beautifully, there will still be times in your life when the universe throws curveballs at you that can be so debilitating that just getting out of bed can feel like an act of courage. Get up anyway. That's what leaders do. One of our fellows is a Kenyan, a woman named Teresa Njoroge. After she got out of college, she got a dream job in a bank, and she said she loved learning to live the good life until she was accused of a crime she didn't commit. She was framed. And though after a year, not a shred of evidence was raised against her, because she wouldn't pay a bribe to keep herself out of jail, she was put in jail for a year with her 3-month-old infant. And at the end of that period, you could really forgive her if she had pulled back in rage, self-pity, decided she didn't want any part of the system. But instead, Teresa started a social enterprise called Clean Start to help transition women from prison back into life. She took her darkest nights and she turned it into a thing of beauty. Psychiatrist Viktor Frankl has written, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and our freedom." We can choose to see life's difficult circumstances as opportunities for our own self-pity, or we can choose to use them and create a new narrative of the only stories that can be our own. So live out loud. Better to immerse in the mud and the craziness of this world and know that you can just get up and wipe that mud off you because the world wants to see your shine. Just never ever bow to cynicism. What I have learned in my life is that cynicism is only an excuse. It's an excuse for distance and inaction. It's a proxy for fear. And worst of all, it makes us small. Hold to hope. Instead, let it be your radical affront to the cynics who would tell you not even to try. My work in acumen and investing philanthropic capital in these extraordinary entrepreneurs around the world allow me to meet individuals all the time that is my privilege, that gives me my own light, and you should see their collective shine. I think of Sanjay Bhatnagar, an amazing entrepreneur who has a company called Water Health International that's located just outside of Hyderabad, India, where I know many of you hail. And for over a decade, this company has tried to prove to the world that it's possible to distribute affordable, safe drinking water to the poor. They had to fight all aspects of the status quo, including the poor themselves who didn't even want to believe it. But today that company every day delivers 8 million individuals, not only in India but around the world, safe drinking water. That's a big deal. Or I think of our fellow Shahid Ramat in Pakistan, whose community was decimated, hundreds killed on a beautiful park on a beautiful Sunday in Lahore, Pakistan. And again, instead of pulling in or venting out with rage and violence, Shahid responded by showing up, by starting interfaith workshops to help heal his country's broken heart, and the world's too. And in the US, Acumen is investing in entrepreneurs who refuse to bow to the toxicity of left and right coming at each other, who have come to understand that ideology is what divides us. But if we focus on solving common problems, we can find ourselves in each other. We can unite, whether we're solving problems of healthcare or workforce development. It's extraordinary, and their actions remind me of what's possible. Yes, I believe in idealism. In fact, I think idealism may just be the new strategic, because we are yearning to believe in goodness again. We want to believe in it again. So I promise you, though it may not always feel this way if this is the path you take, people are watching. And every time you do a moral act, a courageous act, you inspire people. It all matters. As a generation, you've already seen the power you have. You've sent a clear message to the business world that you don't want to work for companies unless they've committed to sustainability, to care. And they know it. They're changing. So don't ever forget not only your individual voice, but your collective voice as a generation. We have to build a world in which every one of us matters. We rise and we fall together. The world needs you, therefore, to see each other. And that starts by listening. And if there's one critical skill that I hope that you work on developing in your life, it's listening. Learn to listen from a place of inquiry, not from certainty. Learn to listen not just with your ears, but your whole body. Learn to listen, not to convince or convert, but to change. Learn to listen as an act of love. This is where the moral imagination begins. If you can listen with your whole self, you can cross almost any divide. Just remember that the path to change is long, and we need you to dream big, because life is all too short. So who are you not to dream big? I shared with you the story of Felicula, the nun I loved in Rwanda. Well, about a year ago, I was back in Rwanda, this time to launch a $100 million initiative to help electrify a quarter of the country. And I was standing in front of a bunch of ministers and business leaders when a young woman in a blue suit walked up to me. "Miss Novogratz," she said, "I think you knew my auntie." "Really?" I said, "What was her name?" She said her name was Felicula, and I burst into tears. I said, "Who are you?" She said, "My name is Monique, and I'm the Deputy General of the country's central bank." Now, if you had told me when I was 25, 30 years prior, that 30 years later, we wouldn't have just improved women's economic situations, but that one of our own, the next generation, a woman would help lead the financial system, maybe I would have understood that our dreams probably weren't big enough. Change is possible. I understood in that moment that I was only there carrying out work that Felicula had started but could not be completed in her lifetime. It was too big. And that my job was to build dreams that I might not be able to complete in my lifetime. But at the same time, maybe I could do something to inspire the next generation to take that work forward and to do it better and to do it smarter. Because this is how we build meaning as a world. We need each other. We take our work, we hand it to each other, we take it to another place, we make it better. Individually, none of us will change the world. But collectively, we can stand on a hard-edged hope and we can make the impossible possible. That is what your generation needs to do. That is what your generation must do. We've never needed you more. And I wish you Godspeed, and I wish you good luck, and I wish you congratulations.
Thank you, Jacqueline. It's indeed an honor to have you with us today, to hear your inspiring words, and to welcome you as an alumna of New England College. Now, will the graduates of 2017 please rise? Chairman Murtha, I have the honor to present those candidates who have satisfactorily completed the requirements for their degree and have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees for award of their respective degrees.
Yeah, everybody, all the graduates are supposed to be standing now, just in case that wasn't clear. So please rise. By virtue of the authority vested in me, vested in New England College, by the General Court of New Hampshire, and by the direction of the trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining, of which the diploma issued to you shall be testimony. Now you may be seated. Congratulations.
Graduates will come forward according to their degrees. We begin with the graduate and professional studies degrees and follow the order in your program. Names of graduates participating today will be read aloud. As you follow along, you'll find the entire New England College graduating class of 2017 represents a rich diversity of people, places, and scholarship. Now the college will read the names of the doctoral degree recipients. As is tradition, doctoral students will be hooded by their advisors, signifying the formal end to their doctoral degree pursuit.
For the Doctorate of Education, Paul Anthony Brayman, Advisor Gavin Henning. Paula T. Randazza, Advisor Gavin Henning. Debbie Sire, Advisor Gavin Henning. Jennifer Grace Wegner, Advisor Gavin Henning. Matthew E. Wood, Advisor Gavin Henning. Eric Scott Dye, Advisor Mary McNeil. Erin E. Mahoney, Advisor Carlton Fitzgerald. Sarah Lorraine Edmonds, Advisor Bill Preble. Sabrina Rando, Advisor Bill Preble. Desiree Campbell Cassian, Advisor Deborah Nickchi Shaw. Abby Toll Diaz, Advisor Deborah Nickchi Shaw. Anne Auerkirk Lajeunesse, Advisor Deborah Nichki Shaw. Heather A. Smith, Advisor Deborah Nichki Shaw. And now the degree recipients of the School of Graduate and Professional Studies for the Master of Arts. Zaid Ahmed. Abney Ray Davies. Daniel William Fries. Norris Monger. David A. Nagel. Marion Elaine Osborne. Valerie M. Tetro. And now the degree recipients for the Certificate of Advanced Graduate for the Masters of Business Administration. Jody Christine Adams. Kesha Kessany Brooks. Sesame Brooks. Matthew John Burke. Liz Dorsey. Lorraine Marie Gervais. Lauren Patrice Fowler. Tara Goodridge. Andrea Mary Patrick Baudet. For the Masters of Education, Corey E. Dion. Catherine Elizabeth Hatch. Shane Michael Millett. Cheyenne Michael Millett. Heather Ann Murdo. Roy C. Sargent. Curtis Christopher Reddy. Amy Peterson Schaffner. Hannah L. Trombley. Chelsea Vickerson. For the Master of Tadis Daniel Adiagbo. Hajoka I. Hadeniji. Narendra Nath Alapati. Pushpakreddy Anumala. Saurabi Chandra Angampali. Ayakunle O. Ayudale. Abhilash Rao Badguna. Suan Balgobin. Ashok Reddy Badvelu. Aravind Bandla. Monika Reddy Bireddy. Sandeep Kumar Begudam. Varshini Chintala. Harish Chetamseti. Naresh Bolapali. Vamsikiran Boba. Vasanth Kumar Chintapali. Sudhir Kumar Reddy Chitti Reddy. Sean Americo Salento. Jennifer A. Costa. Sirisha Dasari. Srikanth Gampa. Srinivas Garimel. Catherine D. Greensims. Kashish Gohil. Lakshmikanth Reddy Gudur. Abhilash Reddy Gudem. Logan Aaron Scott Hatch. Stephen V. Hobson. Nitin Teja Reddy Jaka. Amoga Jayaram. Teresa N. Davis Johnson. George Theophilus Kamu. Ravi Prakash Katamneni. Karthik Kapula. Yelena Karacic. Margaret Susan Keach. Jennifer Knoll. Amar Kaduri. Tarun Manachand Konduri. Teya Kotavari Viravenkat Hari. Indira Lakamseti. Mary Nguyen. Ruel C. Lipat. Ramya Sri Makapati. Mali Suvarna Sri Mali. Sai Sasikanth Manikonda. Christina Maria McHugh. Sai Sumanth Mana. Chanakya Matukuri. Felicia Meha Pimentel. Cheryl A. Miller. Vivek Yadav Makala. Malpuri Negandra. Harish Muktavaram. Mohan Babu Nala Batu. Subodh Hari Naik. Dipesh Neelam. Raul Kumar Palreddy. Erin Lynn O'Brien. Sesha Sanjay Chowdhury Pinamaneni. Pei Sien Po. Nareesh Potula. Michael R. Powell. Satya Prakesh Puna. Danielle Elizabeth Popolo. Madhavi Puram. Jane Therese Quigley. Manaj Kumar Bala. Jiri Prasad Gantala. Rajesh Kumar Mutaneni. Kenneth Michael Roberts. Tarun Gopal Raju Raduraraju. Randeep Reddy Rachurala. Riaz Shaikh. Abhinay Reddy Soreddy. Haley Schiltz. Teresa Ann Silva. Jnana Prasad Arapaneni. Swapnil Kumar Pogaku. Srikar Nanapaneni. Ekavira Manikanta Swami Bodeda. Sai Kumar Buddha. Varun Chelakani. Naga Gopi Gota. Abhishek Jasi. Vinod Kumar Totampudi. Mohammed Riaz Raja. Nagula Sham. Nitin Kumar Videm. Srikar Gadam. Shiva Katik Panjam. Srikanth Yelagala. Mohammed Kaja Misbahuddin Khan. Tajish Reddy Singasani. Sandeep Tera. Upara Kadiyala. Emily A. Stewart. Venkata Harish Dota. Ravi Kiran Upu. Shalini Valvanar Sairaj. Varun Vemulapalli. Dinesh Virapaneni. Bharat Venkate Sharedi. Rachel Ann Vigliano. Tracy L. Washburn. Tianshu Wei. Jacob Ryan Wheeler. Vijay Kumar Yarasinghu. Ayman A. Zidane. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree from the Arts and Humanities Division, Alyssa Renee Gwynn. Amy Lynn Croto. Timothy Tan Saban. Peterson Jean-Baptiste Allen. Ty Anderson. Brandon Antonio Antoine. Clifton Matthew Aquino. Vanessa Bernard. Anthony Delali Fiave Boami. William Philip Berganzio. Ainsley Elizabeth Bruno. Brianna M. Castellano. Hunter Allen Coakley. Lonnie Cohen. George Manuel Cruz. Rebecca Lynn Curtis. Brian Patrick Doherty. Demisha Kenyana Donaldson, cum laude. Jessica Lynn Dowson. Brianna Marie Descharnes. Ashley L. Elnagar. Connor Riley Fantasia Sullivan. Stephen Anthony Gallo. Brianna Hayward. Devin Justice Hubis, cum laude. Allison Amber Janvrin Irish. Hannah Noel Jackson. Brian Jonathan Jump. Marshani Tamia Lillard. Treyana Monique Mayer. Victor Montanez, cum laude. Nicholas Tyler Nelson, magna cum laude. Stephen Michael Paquette, summa cum laude. Ellie Marie Pearsall. Luke Aaron Pettis, magna cum laude. Megan E. Pulte. Diana Huajaquineta. Emily Ann Rempelakis. Jonathan Rivera. Kyla Ann Selena, magna cum laude. Alexis Page Severance. Daniel Theodore Shirilla, cum laude, honors diploma. Christian Justin Smith. Tyler Richard Sweeney. Melissa Joyce Thorpe. Marissa A. Wong, magna cum laude. Hannah Nicole Wood, summa cum laude. Colin Andrew Wright. Bo G. Yanakopoulos. Kai Richard Young. Jordan Mary Zeba Peoples, cum laude. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree from the Education Division, Brooke Autumn Simmons, summa cum laude. Ashlyn Melissa Wing, summa cum laude. Abby Lane Archambault, summa cum laude. John Carlos Arteaga. Robert W. Castle. Sarah Lynn Culhane, magna cum laude, honors diploma. Daphne Dew. Sean Timothy Doherty, magna cum laude. Melissa Marie Gilman, summa cum laude. Corey David Hunt. Abigail Lee Johnson, cum laude. Brett Julian Keeler, cum laude. Demi Nicole Latham, summa cum laude. Tyler James LeGrand. Timothy Paul Malone. Asher John McLeod, magna cum laude. Deborah D. Mazzio. Taylor Alexandria McKay. Mackenzie Alexis Megan, cum laude. Anne Elizabeth Meyer. Carissa Ann O'Brien, cum laude. Emily Yvonne Reale, cum laude. Kelly Ann Robinson, cum laude. Juan Jose Rosario. Brianna Nicole Roundtree. Scott Anthony Ruggieri. Caitlin Elizabeth Ann Smith. Lauren Kimberly Smith, cum laude. Lindsay Ann Stewart. Nathan Michael Stover, magna cum laude. Madison Rose Trefethen, magna cum laude. Jessica Victoria Trejo. James Jeffrey Warner, summa cum laude. Sean William Watson. Thomas John Zervos, cum laude. Receiving the Associate of Arts degree from the Management Division, Jillian R. Silva, cum laude. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree from the Management Division, Alexander Neprokin, summa cum laude. Jezebel Figueroa, cum laude. Michael Frederick Itoro. Javante Rashad Alexander, cum laude. Michael John Amato, cum laude. Cheryl B. Andrus. James Pipines Angelicola, cum laude. Kyle Timothy Aronson, magna cum laude. Joseph Stephen Colbert. Connor Arthur Kraus. Paul Daniels, summa cum laude. Brooklyn Ann DeWoke, summa cum laude. Jacob Burnett Dotson, magna cum laude. Connor James Douglas. Marilyn Fana Mercado. Jessica Ann Fisher. Allison Francis Granada, summa cum laude, honors diploma. Taylor Jean Grant. Justin James Hopkins, summa cum laude. Jarrell Marquise Johnson. Sean Michael Largay. Deshaun Juwan Lonnie Bailey. Joseph Francis Lynch. Aaron Stock Madsen. Bryce Nielsen. William Joseph Pendleton Jr. Tori Nicole Polahonka, summa cum laude. Lindsay Joella Rollins. Christopher Nicholas Santello. Blake Lee Souter. Garrett Christopher Shepard. Jennifer E. Schultz, summa cum laude. Ronsard Masamba. Ryan Daniel Sweeney. James William Tayson. Yannick Kishna Gale Thompson, summa cum laude. Timothy Joseph Ty. Nicholas Van Ness, summa cum laude. Christopher John Whaley, magna cum laude. Receiving the Bachelor of Science degree from the Management Division, Nathan Lane Parsons, summa cum laude. Chantel Dominic Black. Megan Catherine Cody. Latanya Cherie Davney. Caritha Catherine Eccleston, summa cum laude. Kristen Erickson. Charlie Campbell, summa cum laude. Derek Scott Garapi. Patrick Francis Hilly. Razi Nasiri. Kevin C. McNamara, cum laude. Andrew David Pyform. Thomas Alessandro Pueyo Riga, summa cum laude. John Joseph Quinlan V, cum laude. Michael Patrick Ring. Deborah B. Steger, cum laude. Michael Edwin Wiersbicki. Receiving the Associate of Arts degree from Natural and Social Sciences Division, Jessica Lynn Place. Receiving the Associate of Science degree from the Natural and Social Sciences Division, Diane Brown. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree from the Natural and Social Sciences Division, Stephanie Ann Goulet, summa cum laude, honors diploma. Jessica Ann Barnum, magna cum laude. Jennifer Marie Corsi. Tamara Lakin del Soldato. Tamisha Olivia Johnson. Cody Stephen Millian. Cody Joseph Millian. Justine Ariana Mastranzi. Leah M. Norton. Daniel Newton Orlando. Phoebe Catherine Pearson. Jessamine Lalitha Phillips. Jason Michael Russin. Christian Dean Saunders II. receiving the Bachelor of Science degree from the Natural and Social Sciences Division. Emily Lynn Gubbins, summa cum laude, honors diploma. Vincent R. Backert. Kyle R. Bernier. Nathan Allen Blanchard, summa cum laude. Joseph William Cartier. Elijah Hunter Christensen, cum laude. Scott Shimizu Cornfield, magna cum laude. Travis Lane Guest. Taylor Louise Hike. Marissa Ann Kopaz. Jessica Teresa LaJoy. Izar Machuma Baruni, summa cum laude. Christopher Medvets. Kirsten Miller, summa cum laude. Mark Raymond Moore, magna cum laude. Rachel Isabella Thomas, summa cum laude, honors diploma. Colleen Rochelle Wallace, cum laude. Joel Stanley Nidell Gresh. Lori Alexis Watson, magna cum laude. Daryl S.L. Wilson.
The switching of tassels. From the right side of your mortarboards to the left side is the final and ceremonial indication that you are graduates of New England College. But before we do so, I'd like for us to take a moment to acknowledge your friends, your parents, and your family for their support and encouragement. Thank you, family. We are all incredibly proud of your accomplishments here at New England College. Oh, first, will the class of 2017 please rise? All of you. Thank you. Class, I encourage you to reflect on your academic journey, the connections you have made here, and the faculty and staff with whom you have shared so many valuable educational experiences. Let your growth and transformation carry you forward to the great accomplishments that await you. Congratulations, class of 2017. You may now switch your tassels right to left. And finally, in honor of the newest alumni of New England College, we will close with the singing of our alma mater found on the back of your program. Once our procession leaves the stage, please watch as faculty create a special walkway for our graduates. I hope you will join us in the Simon Center, great room for a celebratory reception. Congratulations again, and thank you.
when we part from thee. We are thy loyal ones, faithful and true. To